Hello and welcome. My name is Sebastiaan. I'm trying to be an author, but next to that I'm a huge collector. If you look around at my home you can see that I love stuff. I love merchandise, I love movies, and I have been in love with stuff like that from early childhood. I mean, I remember as a kid having nearly all the Ghostbuster toys from Kenner. After that it became Jurassic Park, which it still is, obviously. After that I was a huge Star Wars fan, and then came Lord of the Rings, Pirates of the Caribbean. I've been collecting it all. Recently I collect Lego. I collect, as you can see, I collect Jurassic Park. So I have a lot of stuff, and I thought it would be nice to just unbox some of the new things I have. So today my good friend Marco from Filmfreaksonly here in the Netherlands, in Arnhem, came by and he brought these two things which I ordered. And I'm gonna open them up. I haven't, so it's gonna be a surprise for me as well as for you, how they look, how they feel, what the quality is. And I'm really anxious to get started. Well, as you can see, this is the bigger one. This is the Velociraptors in the kitchen scene with Tim Murphy from the first movie. And this is Mr. John Hammond. And I'm going to start with John Hammond because I'm actually even more anxious, more fucking anxious to see that one than the kitchen scene, because it's John Hammond. What more do I need to say? And I want to pardon my French, but that's because this video is meant for a mature audience. It's not for kids, and if you're wondering why that's an issue, that's because recently YouTube changed their policy. Now there's a really clear divide between videos made for children and not for children. So I'm not a big channel, so people will never be able to find me. So it's not for children, it's for mature collectors and not for children. And I want to make that point by using some swear words so that it's more than obvious, because otherwise you can get fined if you say it's not for children and YouTube decides that it is. If you want to know more about this, then I can really recommend the videos of Jang. He does Lego reviews, and he has made a couple of videos explaining the problems with these new rules, which are known as the COPPA rules. So if you're interested in that, look that up. And now it's time to start with the first one. I got the kitchen scene out of the way, and now we can start by opening this up. This, by the way, is made by Iron Studios. It's a 1:10 scale, so the figure is as big as the earlier Ian Malcolm and Alan Grant figures they did. As you can see, Iron Studios. It was just released. Well, basically it arrived today in the Netherlands. So I think I'm one of the first that has it. It's a styrofoam box with, like the previous ones, the base right here on the bottom. I'm gonna open it up carefully, of course. And here we have the base with the Jurassic Park logo on it, and on the bottom, oh, that's strange that it's not aligned correctly. I think the other ones were correct, but I could be wrong, but it's not a big deal, of course. It says Iron Studios, John Hammond, the ArtScale 1:10. So the ArtScale, that's what they call their 1:10 series. So there we have this. I'm gonna completely remove all of the tape. I'm gonna do this carefully because I'm always really careful with the packaging, because I think that's about as important as the thing that's in it. So I'd like to keep that as pristine as possible. I'm gonna remove the rest of the tape later, but now I'm just really anxious to see what the statue looks like. There we go. I'll turn it right side up for you. And there we have Mr. John Hammond. His cane is a separate piece, didn't expect that. And there we have it. it looks really good, but I'm a bit disappointed at the mosquito. I'll make a close-up of it so you can see it. It's not a mosquito, it's like a little orange blob, so that's a bit of a mistake. That's not how it's supposed to be. I hope the statue is in better condition, better made. Yeah, look at this. This is great. This is really accurate. Face looks really good. He has his watch. And the glasses, they're really nicely made. They even appear to be real glasses. And then the stick goes in the little hole in his hand. But again, there's no mosquito, so that's a bit lame if you ask me. And there he is, Mr. John Hammond. Well, there he is. I put him on the turntable so I can spin him around like this. And yeah, I had a good look at him, and it's still a beautiful statue. I noticed on the packaging that there is a little piece of the styrofoam missing, so it got a little bit banged up before it even got packaged, but it doesn't show on the statue, luckily. And yeah, I love it. It's fantastic. The little detail of the mosquito missing on the cane is a bit of a bummer, but yeah, it's not that big of a deal. Most of the time you won't even see it because he would be standing like this, so it would be totally obscured by his hand. But with things like this, the beauty is in the detail, if you ask me. So I think that's something that they should have done right. They shouldn't have just put a little splotch of paint on it and call it a day. They should really have made a mosquito print in two halves of the cane so that it would be inside, so that it would definitely be there. But like I said, it's not that big of a deal, but it is a detail that I think should have elevated the statue. But for the rest of the statue, it's fantastic, and I have nothing to complain about it. I mean, I'm so happy. It's John Hammond after all these years. I mean, I have the action figure here, but that's of course, well, not that accurate. I have the Funko Pop, and I'm not a big Funko Pop fan, but it's Jurassic Park, so I had to have the characters. I'm really happy to have him here, and he looks fantastic. They did a really good job, Iron Studios, and I'm gonna go on with the next statue, and that will be in the next video. See you later, bye bye.